presents Easy Bake Cooking, and here with this week's recipe is your favorite host, Morgan Jones.
Hi and welcome. I'm Morgan Jones and here you are with Easy Bake Cooking. This week I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite recipes, and it's perfect for the holiday season. It's the pumpkin cheesecake brownies. Yum. I love these because they're easy to make. They're special for any occasion. We're getting into that fall season and we're always expected to bring something to some kind of party. And so it's good to have this recipe on hand, and it's easy, and I'm a college student and it's cheap to make. I got all these ingredients for like $12. So the first thing you're going to need is a box of Angel Food white cake. You want the one-step kind. This is just going to make this whole process so much easier if you just get the one-step kind, because all you have to do is just add water to it and the rest of your ingredients. If you get the two-step kind, you're adding like a good 20-30 minutes onto making this. You're also going to need a 15-ounce can of pumpkin. Yum, this is my favorite. Anything pumpkin, absolutely love. So this is why I love this recipe. And you're also going to need some cinnamon. That's another special thing about this, and that's really what gives it that fall flavor. You're also going to need some water to do this, and some cream cheese. And the cream cheese is what just gives it that little bit of tart taste that we love so much. So just to get started today, I'm going to start by first opening our package of cake mix here. I'm going to need one large bowl, very large. Once you get all these ingredients into this bowl, it's going to be overflowing almost. But you're just going to put that in there. It's a little messy, and I apologize because this whole thing is going to be messy. But after you do that, you're going to need your water, and you need 1 1/4 cup of water for this. So I like to use, I don't know why I'm grabbing that, because I like to use this. It's better to use one of these measuring cups for liquids, because you can be more precise with it. So I'm going to pour in, that is ounces, I can't go by that. And you want to get down and really look at it and make sure that it's 1 1/4, and you just want to get it at eye level and make sure that it's there. And you're going to pour that in. Now after you get that done, you're going to get your handy dandy beater, and this part is where it gets a little serious. If you're doing this at home, put it in the sink, because if you start splattering, it's not that big of a deal. Here I'm going to do it very carefully, but you just turn it on low. And you can see there's dust flying around just a little bit. You get that smell, and it's so good. And your mouth will start watering about this point. But once you get that, you want it to be, like I said, I'm going to make a mess of this today, and please forgive me. But you want the consistency of this to kind of be almost like yogurt, like that kind of consistency. Some cake mixes, especially store-bought, you have to kind of go on your eye with this one. My grandmother always told me you can't trust the company. So you want to look for that texture and make sure that's right. Next, we're going to add our other 2 ingredients, which is going to be the can of pumpkin. Let's see if I'm talented enough to do this. This is the big trick here. There we go, I heard it click. With the pumpkin, this is really what's going to give you that great fall flavor, and it really just makes this so yummy. And my can opener is being a little difficult with me right now. Okay, I'm going to come back to this. After you get this pumpkin done, we're going to add in our cinnamon, and it is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And usually I like to be a lot more accurate with this. We're going to go to commercial break, and I'll be right back. But while you're at commercial break, we're going to be finishing up this, and I'll show you what I get done on the other end of this commercial break.
Have you read the chapters for English yet, Kyle? I read them last night.
Psh, I thought I told you, reading's for losers. I don't read.
Oh, hi, Jane.
Oh, hi.
Since you didn't read, you're no help.
Thought of you when I read that book.
Reading, it makes you more attractive. Welcome back. While we were at commercial break, I went ahead and added in our cinnamon, and I have that in this bowl. We're going to move on to the other part of this, which is our cream cheese. Now with the cream cheese, you're going to want to let this sit out on the counter just for a little bit at least. You don't want it to be too refrigerated because it's going to be harder to work with. So with this cream cheese, you're going to open it and put it in your bowl. Now, if you'll see on my final product over here, which is just beautiful, I might say myself, we have the swirl effect going on, and this is how you're going to get that effect. You want to mix them separately in 2 different bowls. You're going to add in your cream cheese, and it flops in there. And once you get that in there, you're going to add in water. Now with this, you're going to want to eyeball it again. I started by just putting half a teaspoon in there. It makes it so much better and easier to pour. Now, we're going to go back to this beater. I have extra beater here for it. And we'll put that in there if I had the talent to do that. We'll put that in there. You're going to want to put your beaters right in the middle of that because if you try and do it to the side, it's not going to work. So if you put it right in the middle of it, we're going to turn it on low. Turn it up a little bit. The consistency, hold on one second. Add a little bit more water. Okay. The consistency you'll see there, I don't know about how much more water I added in, but you want it to kind of be that yogurt consistency again. You want to be able to scoop it in there and for it to stay together and not be too watery, but that's just cream cheese and water, and you get that together. I'm going to add in our pumpkin into this, which is my favorite part of this whole recipe, and you just scoop the whole can in there. It is as easy as that. You're going to have to work it out of there a little bit more, but once you get that all in there, you're going to want to mix it really well. Now this will take you a few minutes. You don't want to use the beater with this because you've already beat it, and you just want that flavor to get through there. You don't want it to be too soupy because you'll end up with not quite brownies. It will be more of like a custard. And so we stir in this pumpkin. And you'll see the color start to change. This is my favorite part of this because it's that classic fall color that we all look for. And due to time constraint today, I'm just going to barely do this. If you're doing this at home and you're following my recipe, you're going to want to make sure that you get the pumpkin in there really well. It's going to get this golden orange fall color to it. That's great. And we're starting to get that in here. You can see it coming through. But this, I'm going to move on to showing you how you get that swirl effect, which really just wows people whenever you bring it in because it's not a typical brownie. Usually you're going to want to use a 9x13 pan, but due to my little oven that I have over here today, we're going to use just a smaller pan that will fit in there. But what you're going to want to do first, and you have to be careful with this because I'm in a big old mess at home doing this. Let me move my hair out of the way. And today I don't have my hair up, but usually whenever I'm baking, especially if it's for a party or people, I like to keep my hair up in a way so I don't shed into it because that would just be gross. But what you're going to do is you're going to layer it in there. You're going to want to get a thin layer all the way across. You're going to want to then add in your cream cheese, and you can just daub it in there. You're going to do this step a couple of times over where you add in a layer of this, a layer of that. Then you're going to end up with a final layer on this on top. What you're going to do then is you're going to take your butter knife and you're just going to swirl it. Now that's going to give that figure eight final touch to it. After you do that, you pop it into the oven for 35 minutes at 375. It's easy, it's yummy, and everybody's going to love it. And it's so good, I'm telling you. This is one of my favorite recipes. I take it everywhere with me in the holidays, but I hope you enjoyed it today. I hope that if you want this recipe, just call me up. Have a great day.